So imagine the worst is happening, right? You're coming along, you are approaching York Station here, coming north. Also, it's weird when you see a train head on and then the S&C turns you. I still find that. I've done a couple of cab rides and it's always weird. But you're coming to the station and you cannot brake. Something goes wrong and you think, yikes, as a driver, you're thinking, oh yikes, my train's not stopping for various reasons. That is a scary thing to happen. And indeed, on the 11th of July 1995, down in the southwest of Scotland, that is precisely what was happening. For a driver who got out of the cab and ran back through the train telling people to move further back down the train, stay ahead of them, like move back down the train and brace, because their fairly nice new orange and black electrical multiple unit decided it was going to just smash through it wasn't going to brake, and it was going to careen its way through the station, through some nice benches, and make an absolute mess of quite a nice railway station. And here it was emerging out the other side of the station, completely. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured. The actions of the driver really contribute to make sure. Also, it was a quiet train. Had it been the next train, things would have been worse. How often do we hear that? We do live on luck far too much in this industry. Anyway, I think that you can see they're absolutely wrecking Lynn's wool shop. Absolutely obliterated. Lynn, we're sorry that our train demolished your wool shop. It wrecked the station. The station was like bulldozed flat, and it just like basically became a glorified halt, I think, until recently fairly recently when they built it up again. So yeah, trains smashing through things is not good, and trains, for various reasons, might be let loose. You know, it might be an issue with signalling, it might be an issue with the vehicle. Could be an issue with low adhesion, as we've seen with the incident near Salisbury recently. You know, low adhesion is a serious risk on our railways, and an increasing risk, in fact. It could also be because of driver error. There's a potential that driver error is an issue as well, and we'll maybe pick through some of those sorts of issues. But in the majority of cases, it must be said, in fact, the vast majority of cases, it's because of some systemic issue, a brake failure, adhesion issues, or a signalling issue. In this situation, it was a brake failure, I believe. You can sort of see the ScotRail logo. There's my laser is going to. No, it's not going to work. Anyway, you can sort of see the ScotRail logo because this is 1995, the weird period where like it was both a private and not private railway. Very strange. Anyway, and actually, so I dug into the stats via the Railways Archive because it's actually a great. Okay, Gary needs to update the back end of the website because he's getting a bit tired, but he's got plenty on his plate at the moment. At some point, I'm sure he will. If anyone wants to help him do that, shout out to Gary Keener, go and help him out. But the Railways Archive went in and searched how many incidents there have been. It kind of related to this episode from 1948 to today, and there have been 77 runaways. So that's not just signals passed at danger. Signal passed at danger, there have been hundreds. But in terms of actual train runaways, where a train is careening away without kind of not in any particular control, the driver's not got control of that vehicle, there have been 77.